Yeah, yeah.
Gabrielle, before we go, my mom really wanted to talk to you, but
Yeah, me too. I was going
is it
to
okay?
say
Can I
yes,
bring her? Okay,
yes,
one second. Let me get her.
yes.
Gabrielle, watch out for the street. Watch out for the street.
Hello,
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
how are you?
We're becoming really the best of friends these days. I see you more than I see my own children now.
Tell me, how are you doing?
I'm not bad. You have two sons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have three daughters.
Oh, okay. They're all there with you, or
No, no, no. I have one only in Montreal, one is in California, and one is in Toronto.
okay,
And
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It-
one is here, Rani, and the other one is in Dubai, actually.
oh, in Dubai. Okay, okay,
And
okay.
he's
Is he
planning.
married?
He's engaged.
He's engaged. Yeah. Well, I have six grandchildren.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, each one of my girls has two kids, and they're lovely. But I don't get to see them now with the pandemic and all that. For 2 years,
Absolutely.
I didn't see them at all, except like this, like
Ex
on Zoom
exact.
or
How many hours of difference? 7 hours between
7 hours.
us and
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
7?
When
Yeah.
when Ronnie is having his lunch, I was having my breakfast.
Yeah.
Anna, I sent Gabrielle a photo of the chef,
Yeah.
دجاج محمرة. Gabrielle sends me a message saying, ليك عم باكل لبنة وزيتون like 7 الصبح بمونريال. قلت لها لا لا لا، في دجاج محمرة اليوم
منقوش
سحر اليومي.
بزعتر.
She's like, I don't eat
Change,
دجاج على
no,
بكرة.
no change for me, not at that time, no.
Wait for tonight. I prepared him تعرفي الورق عنب.
ايه اكيد بحبه كتير. Yeah.
So
انت بتسويه؟
لا
Yeah.
اشتريته خالص.
انا كمان بشتري خالص.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
لا
So this is
yeah.
our dinner. What's your lunch?
What did I have for lunch? Ask me what happened in 1895. I can tell you. What I had for breakfast this morning, I can't tell you.
How often this happens? Yeah, I know. I know. Well, this is the problem of everyone. Actually, I'm starting having problems with names,
With names, yeah.
forgetting names
Yeah, of course.
completely.
Especially we haven't seen, I don't know how it is in Beirut these days, but here, I mean, I'm almost always confined at home more often than not. I really don't go out much because
Yeah,
I'm not very mobile. I walk with a cane.
yeah.
And so
Do you have anyone taking you out and helping you?
no, I can drive. I
Oh,
drive
you can
myself
drive.
around. Yeah. I drive myself. But once I get there, I have to use the cane to walk. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm okay. I'm
yeah.
okay.
That's okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay as long as, yeah. But because of the situation and the COVID and all that, we are not supposed to mix and mingle too much. Yeah.
Yeah, but I went yesterday to the French embassy to apply for a visa on my passport, and she told me to wear the mask. I told her, but even in France, they're not wearing masks now anymore. She said, yeah, but here we're afraid now from N1. So I told her, okay, so it's okay to have a COVID, but to have a corona, but not to have H1N1. So she started laughing. So anyway, there is always something,
There's
to
always
worry
something.
about.
Yeah.
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 She
Especially
started
if you're
laughing,
traveling.
and then she rejected the visa.
Oh, no, come on.
No, 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 no.
No, come on.
Actually, she told me on Monday it will be ready for you anytime. Come and pick it up. And
Okay.
it will be for 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I hope you get that you get to use it many times.
Well, I'm waiting for one of my charming kids to take me to Europe and to the States. I'm not going to do it alone. So if they're willing to do it, I am ready.
Gabrielle, she'll end up in the wrong airplane, going to the wrong country.
No.
No, come on.
We have
She's
to-
traveled around quite a bit. Are you kidding me?
He
No.
doesn't remember when I used to hold him on my shoulder and on my waist and taking him from one place to another.
You're very lucky. I love Ronnie. I don't know your second
Smarty
son,
Nina?
Who
Smarty?
doesn't love Ronnie?
Smarty
I
Nina?
love Ronnie.
but
You know, Gabrielle, I want us to remember something. There are three people talking together. This country has this magic. And there aren't many societies that can do this easily, where strangers feel like they know each other. And my mom and you have spoken, what, 2 times? 3 times, maybe?
One time, last time.
Okay, so this is the second time. But it's easy. There's no,
yeah,
the barriers are not high.
because we have the same background. We don't even need to explain certain things. It's already taken for granted and it's understood. We have the same values. Family values are the same. It's not like now, I don't know, it's fauda.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because we're sweet people.
No, we really value family. This
Yeah.
is very, very important to us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But
Like-
there's also something else. So there's that. The very nice part. You're in Montreal. 7 hours difference. It's cold, bleak weather. 4 o'clock. It's, that's it. We're in Beirut. We're talking about the same thing. We're not talking about really the life of somebody in Montreal. We're talking about our imagined Lebanon virtually.
Yeah.
Even the story of a visa application, trying to leave this country and go somewhere. You know this story, but there's something nice about that. There's intimacy, real intimacy. There's also the other side, which is 3 people can have a nice moment together, but there's that unspoken story within all of us, which is the 3 of us share a tragedy. That's
No,
very
it's understood and it's there. But I don't know, Ronnie, earlier you were mentioning that and you were saying that I came out of it. No, it took me 25 years to come out of it and start talking. For 25 years, I didn't talk about my father to my own kids. I could not talk about it. I could not. For 25 years, I could not. After that's when my mother passed away, and then we put his name on her tomb with her name as well. And it felt like I have reached a closure. You understand? I couldn't accept it. I could not accept that. And it took me 25 years, and we never heard of him ever again. But I know that later on I was told that he really did not survive 1 week. And I was still trying to do things and try to nothing.
That's part of it too. 25 years, and then you're able to start talking about it. That also that stuff is extremely known to people, not just the 3 of us. There's so many of us that know that story. That is the thing about being Lebanese, I think, that brings us even closer. I think it draws people in a way that you can't in other places naturally. This kind of conversation, I think, would never happen among 3 Americans or 3 Canadians that have gone through some sort of tragedy. They don't find it that they can. Or maybe they deliberately keep it as a private affair. We all know everything. We don't even need to talk about it.
Are we more sensitive? Are we, I don't know. Are we weaker?
We want to live the denial. We don't want to accept it.
Well,
Deep inside, you reject it.
But I wasn't denying it. I just wasn't even pushing it away. I just could not bring myself to talk about it.
Because it's so painful.
It is painful, and I didn't want to relive it. And I had lived through every second of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me quite a while, and then, but once the doors opened, that was it. I mean, I started talking, and nobody can stop me anymore.
It's very much understandable.
yes,
It's very
yeah.
much when our tragedy happened. Ronnie, a couple of months later, needed to change, and actually, I wanted him to leave, and he ended up being in Edinburgh doing his master's degree, and Omar was still in San Francisco, planning his own stuff, not knowing what he has in mind.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like 2-3 months later.
Yeah.
I was, I'm here alone. I decided, it was my decision, to go and talk to a counselor, just to open up.
Yeah, you did very well.
I needed it. Some
Absolutely,
people
yeah,
don't like to talk about it. They keep it hidden. They suffer. They they deal with it the way they want to. In my case, I wanted to talk.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk. I wanted to, but not to share it with my kids because it's so painful with my kids.
It is, yes.
So that's when
That's marvelous. You did very well.
Yeah. I did it for about 2-3 times. And every time I was looking forward to go back again.
Yes.
Until the whole story was done and I talked about almost everything. He told me, you did the right thing, because otherwise you would have suffocated. You would have this pain that you have inside of you needed to get out. But ever since then, and now we're talking here, it will be 9 years at the end of this month. I'm taking relaxing pills.
Yes. Yeah. I'm telling you, 25 years it took me. I could kind of share with my sister, my brother, my mother at the time, but it wasn't, they were not around me,
But
I mean,
even if they were around you, it's not their story. It's your story.
It's your sister.
Yeah, I know, your sister. But the story of your father for you means something else probably to her.
Absolutely,
For
that's
her,
exactly
maybe,
it.
Khalas, I'm fed up. Don't talk to me about it anymore. But in your case,
something like that. Yeah, that forget about it, get over it. I can't get over it. I just cannot get over it. And I looked at it from a different point of view. I was the one who wrote the letters. I was the one who went left, right, and center to try to get things done. But anyway, I couldn't share it with them. And no,
I lost my mother 2 years ago.
Yes.
Exactly 2 years ago, actually. And I have a sister and a brother. My other sister passed away. So anyway, this sister of mine that lives now in Tripoli, the way she deals with the pain of losing a mother is completely different than mine.
That's true,
completely different.
Yes.
And when she's in deep pain, she calls me to calm her down.
Yeah.
In my way, because she knows that what she's talking about is related to me. I lived it. I went through it and everything. So it takes her like about 5-10 minutes of letting her talk. Then I interfere. I tell her, okay, but life is beautiful, no? Isn't it nice that we talked about it? Okay, what are you going to do today? Changing the subject, but for her, it's out. She got it out to a very intimate sister, and no, the bottom line. Sorry, the bottom line is you have to get it out.
Yeah.
Any which way you want to, the way it pleases you, but you have to let it out. And
absolutely.
You have to cry it out outside. not just inside, because inside
Yeah.
you'll always be in pain.
I
But
know
outside,
it eats at you all the time, of course. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's
But
right.
and just to make this all relatable, three different people sharing something similar. You deal with it your way. Gabrielle, it took you maybe longer than most
Yeah.
would, but it also took you the amount of time that you needed, which is 25 years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but like you said, it all comes out, and then there's no going back. You
No,
want to
yeah.
stay out.
But he's been gone 50 years. I'm talking about the story like
Yes.
50 years old, and for me it's still like
just
now,
like
you
yesterday.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
But
how,
so can
sorry,
no, one
how
second, Nina.
old
Wait,
were
wait.
you? Wait, when you lost your father, how old were you?
28.
Oh shit. You were young.
I was here already. I was in Montreal, and I read about it in the New York Times.
Wow.
Yeah, I had just come back from Beirut, and I sent Ronnie the picture. I was with my dad 2 weeks before that, and I had just come back, just come back.
There's 25 years on your terms. Nina, mom, it took you maybe a few months to figure it out. That's fast. It took me about 4 years.
Yeah,
I'm like you, Gabrielle, in that I didn't open up about it for years.
it's hard. Yeah,
It's hard, and also it's not just that it's hard. It's that I didn't know how to do it. It didn't feel like
How old were you, Ronnie? How old were you?
9 years ago, now he's 41,
Oh,
30,
32,
so
32.
okay, so about the same age as
Same,
me.
yeah, exactly.
I couldn't handle it. I was married. I didn't have kids at the time. I couldn't. I don't know. I mean, people would look at me like I'm somebody they should pity you or whatever. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't want their
that's
pity. I did not
Yes.
want their pity.
this is
That's
the
it. You
this
got it.
is the thing. I rejected it.
That's a good point.
I
Absolutely.
rejected it from day one.
Yeah.
I
From
just wanted them to do something, not just pity me.
I
Yeah.
did exactly. Oh my God, how similar the way we dealt with. I, I didn't cry for about. I refused to cry. You know, to cry is to get it out, to relieve
get
yourself from
Yeah.
emotions. I couldn't cry. Deep inside of me is telling me, "Don't cry. You're a strong person."
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
No. And
in a way, yeah, your tragedy was final. Mine was ongoing.
yeah.
I didn't know, was he still alive? Can I do something? I didn't want to cry because I wanted to do something. I was angry like hell. I was really, really angry, and I mean, I had to tell my story all over the place. I went to Paris, I went to New York, to Washington, went all over, all over. But
How long?
Yeah.
How long? Well, your mother was still alive.
yes,
Okay. And how did she cope with it? She left the country. What happened?
no, she said she didn't want to leave. She thought he was going to come back.
Yeah.
She didn't want to close the door. She thought, he'll just walk in. And well, no, she ended up, this happened in 1971, and they left in 1976, her and my sister.
Oh, this happened before the Civil War.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah, in 76, yes.
She left in 76 too.
We
Yeah,
left in 76. Yeah.
yeah. Where'd you go to?
We
To the
went
US?
right straight from Tripoli, Lebanon, to Austin, Texas.
To Texas, okay.
And
Oh.
not knowing any English, not knowing how to drive. My language taught in school is French. So I had my supporter, helping me always in every thing we were doing. And then after Texas, we graduated and we went to Washington. That's when we actually we had Ronnie the last year of our stay in Texas, in Austin.
Yes.
So Ronnie is from Austin, Texas. Omar is from Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. Yeah.
So this very nice moment we're sharing. What you're doing, Gabrielle, these books that you are writing and reflecting over and over and over about a particular different chapters of the same story. It's your story. That's how I figured out how to open up to.
Yeah.
I decided.
Yeah, it's therapy. It is absolutely therapy. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, my friends ask me, what are you doing? I'm writing. What do you have to say? I said, I have a lot to say. I've got to get it all out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I did it maybe in the way that made most sense to me. I started shifting what I used to do. I used to give history tours in the city.
Yes, yes.
This never felt like I didn't know how to talk about something that's personal in a public story. I started figuring it out over time.
Yeah.
And the podcast kind of became all of it. I can now say what I want on my terms. And kind of like you, I don't need to talk about everything at once. I determine what I want to talk about, when. Not every episode is tragedy. There's a lot of related, but it's all going back to how to deal with something like that. And I think that's something. I know it's not only Lebanon where people suffer repeatedly. It's not the only society that goes through this. But in terms of frequency and over a long period of time, I mean, your story is half a century old.
Yeah.
We're the last decade, and many people we both know, and I'm sure you do too, have gone through something similar in this country. Yeah. I think somehow it may hurt us deep inside and scar us permanently, but it brings us closer. And I think that's where the draw comes from. When I hear your voice, I'm hearing somebody that I want to, that can best tell me their history because it's a familiarity. There's something beautiful, something painful, but it's honest and it's on your terms. Yeah, that's the magic. I think that's
the magic is to have a mom like that. She's a strong lady, your mom. I love her.
You have to.
You have to love you.
No, you see it exactly the way you should see it. Maybe I was too young to realize this is what I needed to.
You know, when I heard the news, I was here in this area where we're talking to you from. And Ronnie came because he was living in his apartment. I decided to be as strong as a mountain, you know, as if nothing happened. As if nothing happened. I mean, when you're doing something deep inside of you, you're broken, and the facade from the outside, you're pretending as if life is still beautiful. I stood in front of him. He told me, I'm going to the hospital. Would you like to come with me? I told him, no. In my case, I'm not going. It's up to you if you like to go, but please have somebody close to you with you. He went. I didn't freak out. I didn't collapse. I didn't, do those scenes.
No.
He left. He came back. I didn't ask him. Nothing. As if nothing happened. The place was full of people.
Sure.
I did not even, now if you tell me who was there, I don't know. I don't remember,
No.
but I know it was full of people. I was just moving around, fixing this, putting this thing here, fixing this thing there. as if nothing happened. I started getting out his pictures, his rewards, putting them on the piano. Yes, he's dead on one hand, because they told me he's dead. Not injured, he's dead. On the other hand, I wanted to be to fight it for the sake of them, for the sake of both of them.
Yeah.
Because if I were to collapse, if I were to cry, if I were to feel to start becoming a burden to them, then I'm hurting them.
That's true.
But when they both left, and we didn't talk at all about it, when they both left, and I wanted them both to leave, I wanted a space. That's when I decided to go and see that.
You did very well. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is something you mentioned, Gabrielle, that is a defining difference, where you don't have that marker, where it's you don't know, and that's clearly that's the big difference. But I think it's still this untimely, unjust way of losing someone, whether it's sudden, meaning a morning you wake up and you hear it on the news, or weeks go by, months go by, years go by, but it's becoming clearer and clearer that it's done.
It's done, yeah.
And that may also play a role in how long it takes to overcome.
Yeah, but because it's not a normal state of death, it is an unusual thing, and very few people, I mean, can understand it or cope with it.
Yet, I stayed for about 3 full years, maybe a little more. Every time the time comes at 7 p.m., wherever I am, I want to come back home. And sometimes people I am with, they tell me, but why you're in a hurry to be back home?
Yeah, what's the rush? Yes.
Because that's his time when he comes back home.
Yeah. Like subconsciously, you feel that he's still coming. Yeah.
I want to say thank you to you, Gabrielle, because this is...
Sorry, Ronnie, we took too much of your time and equipment.
I want to thank you for two things. First, this is beyond the scope of what we were talking about, but I think it is really, it's the real story underneath. Thank you for opening up about this a bit with us, Gabrielle. I know we imposed this on you. I mean, it came up abruptly, but it means everything that you're able to talk to my mom about this.
It came, but it's not abruptly. It is obviously living inside us, and it's still there. I mean, you just need to scratch a tiny bit and out it pours.
Yeah.
And I know that my mom enjoys talking to, it's not about counselor, it's about this. Talking to someone that can kind of feel a familiarity.
Relate, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I know that it's magic for me.
But I wanted to ask you, I don't even know your first name.
Oh. Nina.
Lina?
Nina.
With an L?
N. Nina.
Nina.
N. Nancy.
Nina. Okay. All right. Now I know. I can't keep on calling you Mrs. Chatah.
We never got introduced.
That's right. We never got introduced. She knew who I am, but I didn't. And I kept on saying Mrs. Chatah.
No, please. First name, Nina.
I call her Nina.
And
for sure.
In our case, we're friends.
Thank you so much for the
have a very Merry Christmas.
Not for me either.
No,
from a Muslim to a Jew in Montreal. Merry Christmas.
That's okay. That's okay. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah. No matter.
Yeah, you're always on the safe side when you say happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And try to enjoy the holidays as much as you can. And,
sure. Oh no, I have a lot of fun. I mean,
bravo.
Sure.
Excellent. Yeah. And Happy New Year. Hopefully next year would be better for all of us.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. Every year makes a difference for sure. Yeah.
Now you know that I have a Schengen visa. I have an American visa. Wait for me. I'll get my Canadian visa.
Go ahead and please come over. Please.
We'll come.
You,
Yeah, I really would love to.
she needs to be taken care of.
That's the joke of my.
She's high maintenance.
She is high maintenance.
Where did I get this?
I
song
don't
from?
know.
I don't know.
know.
It's true. It's true.
Well,
طيب
Oh,
Gabrielle,
anyway, bye.
let you go. Bye bye.
take care.
Bye bye.
Talk soon, Gabrielle. Bye bye.